Hello, what's up, people? Welcome back to Football Insights. Happy days, man. Happy days, But welcome back to Football Insights. This is Football Insights. We talk about football-related issues concerning transfers, player profile, football reviews, and previews. Click on the subscribe button, press the post notification bell, follow us on our social media platform on IG, on TikTok, and then on X. The views are not moving, but I'm not backing down. We will give it to you back to back. It's been almost 1 week. I've not posted. I had something going on, but now I'm back fully with a newly, I wanted to do something, so just, get this background. Let me know your comments or your thoughts on this particular background. Is there anything we can change about this particular background? Let me see in the comment section. But this is your weekend game review. Games that happen in the English Premier League, the Spanish Premier La Liga, the Italian Serie A, and then a bit on the German Bundesliga. Let's get straight into the video. So quickly, we are starting with the EPL match day 6. EPL match day 6. First game, early kickoff by Manchester City and the Newcastle at St. James's Park. 1-1, a draw game. If you know Newcastle, you would realize that this particular St. James's Park has always been, that tough grounds for Manchester City. Their home, Newcastle's home, St. James's Park, it is always a tough ground for Manchester City. And then, early kickoff too. So I knew with our word too, so I knew this game was going to be tough. I knew Manchester City, at best, they might pick a draw. At best, because going into this particular game, they had some couple of injuries in this particular game. I mean, when Rodri is not there, there is this notion out there that without Rodri, Manchester City cannot operate very well, which I don't agree, but the stats are showing without Rodri, there is something taken out from the Manchester City team. You could clearly see that without Rodri, the City team is not what we are expecting them to be without Rodri. So it was it was expected, this particular result. And then if you are a tipster and then you went for a win for Manchester City, I don't know what you are on. I don't know if you are sniffing something or something like that, but I don't know. But this was expected. This particular result was expected. Ellen Bright Haaland, I captained you, bro. What happened, man? I captained you and then you give me 4 points. Ellen Haaland was, so to speak, useless in this particular game. It was not going on well for him. Of course, he's not going to score every day. If you are expecting Haaland to score every single day, I mean, you don't watch football, So that's what happened in the Manchester City team. Very tough game for them. They picked a draw at St. James's Park. So good game for Newcastle too, champions, and then you pick a draw from them. That was a very good result by Newcastle. Arsenal won by 4-2 against Leicester City. James Justin. That goal was a top goal by James Justin, bro. What a goal by James Justin. So big shout out to James Justin. Very crucial goal for Leicester to equalize the goal to be 2-2 for Leicester City. But I knew Arsenal would win because the way Arsenal were pressing, I watched this game, I was sitting there, and then the way Arsenal were pressing, Trossard. Big shout out to Trossard, bro. Trossard he's not that guy that you see him as a starter for Arsenal, but he's a crucial player for them. He's a very crucial player for them. Watch him, Trossard. When you watch Trossard, you would know that this guy comes to play whenever Arsenal needs him. And then he scored 2 goals. 2 goals, they took the last goal as, an own goal for Ndidi, but I will classify it as a Trossard goal for Arsenal. In the 40 plus 1 minute, Martinelli also scored in the 20th minute. James Justin scored 2 goals. Can you imagine? A defender, 2 goals. Very brilliant. In my opinion, him and Trossard, I don't know, but because Trossard won the game for, Arsenal, or Trossard scored 2 for Arsenal, he performed really well for Arsenal in this particular game. So I will give Trossard the man of the match. But Justin also equally deserved the man of the match. Kai Havertz scored in the 90 plus 9 minutes. So 4-2 against Leicester City. Leicester City, there is something they should do about their team. I think, who is their coach? Is it Steve Cooper or something like that? I don't think this guy will finish the season, honestly. I don't think this guy will finish the season because even Leicester City fans are crying. They are even crying that this coach will not help them. They are crying. But it is Arsenal. So if you lose 4-1, 4 goals to 2 against Arsenal, I don't think as a Leicester City fan you should be worried about this situation. But where I feel Leicester City went wrong, or they didn't perform to their topmost level, is when they allowed 2 goals in the stoppage time. Bro, you don't do that. You don't do that. Brentford drew against West Ham United at Brentford Community Sports Stadium, or Brentford Community Stadium. West Ham, Julien Lopetegui, he said something about Kudus. He said something about Kudus that Kudus was not helping. He's trying to tell us that Kudus is more like an individualistic player. He is not a team player. And then if you ask me, my honest opinion, Kudus is my boy. By my honest opinion about the situation, from my end, what Julien Lopetegui is saying is true. And then he also has a fault. You cannot have Somerville, you cannot have Kudus, Gerard Bowen, Mikel Antonio, Lucas Paqueta. Look at all these attacking powers, and then you restrict them, allow them to have fun, bro. Julien Lopetegui allow the boys to have fun, but you cannot restrict all these attacking players. And then you come back and say that Kudus is an individualistic player. He was suggesting that he's not a team player. And then I know that Kudus is not a team player. Kudus is that guy who thinks that, I am very good in terms of dribbling, and then I can dribble the whole pack. I mean, that football doesn't work like that, So Kudus should work on that. But you cannot dispute the fact that Kudus is a very good player. He's a top player. So you find a way to get the best out of Kudus. If it is, you are going to talk with him, you just sit down and talk with him. But you don't come to the media and then suggest to the media that, he's not a team player. He has done this, he has done that. Julien Lopetegui will be contempt. You go before Kudus. Trust me. You go before Kudus. This guy will not, I don't think this guy will be up, or you will be there to match day 15 or match day 10. I don't think so. He will go before Kudus. Chelsea won by 4 goals to 2 against Brighton, a top game, a good festival, an end-to-end game. I knew that Brighton was going to open up. Brighton was obviously going to open up. So that makes Chelsea, the attacking powers Chelsea have, a very, very, very strong too, because Chelsea now we have a strong attacking powers. Because if you are playing a game and then Nkunku is coming from the bench, Joao Felix is coming from the bench, Neto is coming from the bench, even Mudryk is coming from the bench, you could see the firepower you have up front. So it is a very, 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 very brilliant result for Chelsea. 4 goals to 2. Cole Palmer scored 4 goals. I'm that guy who didn't believe in the Cole Palmer signing. And then I always say it, I didn't believe in this particular signing, but this boy is doing really, really well. He is doing really, really well for Chelsea. 4 goals. It's not easy. 4 goals. And then now he's up there with the Frank Lampards, the Hasselbanks, the DJ Drogba in the hat trick in the Premier League. 3 hat trick. Kopama will he will surpass them. I think he will get a lot of hat trick for Chelsea, even in this particular season. Probably be 3 or hat trick or 4 hat trick for Chelsea this particular season. So Chelsea did well. But we have to talk about certain performances. Jadon Sancho, top player. Jadon Sancho, what a player! This is a player. Jadon Sancho, top player. So big shout out to Jadon Sancho. And then the Brighton players. I feel that when you meet teams that they can hurt you going up front. I mean, you should map up a plan. You don't have to open up for every team. I mean, you cannot match the Chelsea quality, so you don't have to open up. That is the advice I will give to the Brighton coach, even though he's very young. But that is the advice I will give it to him. If you will take it, will help him. Against these big teams, don't open up like that. I know you want to play very, very good football, but don't open up to these particular teams. Chelsea won by 4 goals to 2. Robert Sanchez, be careful. Levi Cole, I have seen that you are talking, plenty talkers. Be very careful. Be very, very careful, because this coach is a no-nonsense coach. Fulham also won by 1 goal to 0 against Nottingham Forest. Liverpool won by 2 goals to 1 against Wolverhampton Wanderers. This was, an evening game. Liverpool, Konate scoring in the 40+2 minutes. Mohamed Salah scoring a penalty. Aït-Nouri, top. He's performing really, really well. I watched the game. Aït-Nouri is a top player. He's a very, 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 very good player for Wolverhampton Wanderers. I think he should leave Wolverhampton Wanderers because, it is very, very possible that they will go to relegation. Trust me, very, very, very possible that they will go to relegation. Let's move on. Aston Villa drew 2-2 against Ipswich Town. This Ipswich Town striker, what is his name? Delap. Is it Delap or Delap? Very good player. Very good striker. Prolific striker. If he has the quality, if they buy quality for him, this guy will cook. Aston Villa, a draw game. I'm very disappointed in Aston Villa. I thought they could do something, but 2-2 against Ipswich Town, bro. Newly promoted side Aston Villa, you should be able to score these people. But Manchester United, the big game. Ten Hag, 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 Ten Hag. Give him 3 years contract. Ten Hag, 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 Ten Hag. He's staying, whether you like it or not. Ten Hag is staying in 3-0 against Manchester United at Old Trafford. Very disappointing results for Manchester United. The play is not even good. They are not even, the urgency is not even there. A big game, the urgency, patterns of play. I don't know. The body language of the players. I think they want something to happen to Ten Hag. Genuinely, that is what I think. Because this particular body language, we don't use this particular body language to play Manchester United. Come off form. Manuel Ugarte, Zuku, Bruno Fernandes, that was useless. As a captain, you don't do that. The foul itself was not a red card, in my opinion. But the intention, the frustration, because when I watched Bruno, I could see the frustration in his face. Because of his bad form, he is, projecting that to the play. That was a very frustrated tackle by Bruno Fernandes. The tackle itself, the impact is not a red card, but the mindset to tackle James Maddison, that was a straight red card mindset. So I agree with Bruno. The tackle, the impact is not a red card, but the mindset, if I am a referee, you are getting a red card for that particular tackle. Very silly, a captain, very silly. But I don't blame him because his form is not good. And then he's trying to project those particular frustration on the play. You don't do that. Mentally, you have to be strong, Bruno. You worried them. Bruno worried them. And then Bruno went off. Mason Mount was brought in. And Mason Mount had a yellow card right after that. He got injured again. Mason Mount, baby. Check the route for this particular bad form because it is not good. A player like Mason Mount, bro, not good enough. It is not good enough. Even though I don't wish him bad, but I don't expect him to go and, flop like that at Manchester United. He's basically a flop at Manchester United. You don't do that. So, Mason Mount, they are 2-2. So, the table, Liverpool 15 points, Manchester City 14, Arsenal 14, Chelsea 13, sitting fourth, Aston Villa 12, and then Fulham. Fulham are doing well. They are doing really, really, really well. Big shout outs to the boys out there. Fulham. La Liga. Real Madrid, the big game. Real Madrid versus Atletico Madrid. An exciting game to watch, but this was also frustrated to watch as well. Because it was a 1-1 game. Korea scored a last-minute goal. Eder Militao, a very brilliant goal by Eder Militao. And then let me even talk about the situation that happened. If you didn't watch this game, when you are sitting there, then you see it on social media that Atletico Madrid fans are agitating. They are throwing lighters on the field. You would think that the problem is coming from the Atletico Madrid fans. But if you don't provoke the fans, they will not do anything. Because after the Eder Militao goal, that was where the Atletico Madrid ultras were, where Courtois was. So after the goal, Courtois went to the crowd to go and provoke them. And that also sparked them. If you do that, you are inciting them to do bad things on a pitch. And that was why they were throwing, lighters. Someone had to even, sit in a polythene to throw to Courtois. Bro, that is serious. So Atletico Madrid fans, even though I will give the 50% blame to them, I will give 50% blame to Courtois because you don't do that. Already, this is a derby game. This is a big game. And then the fans, what they are doing. Vinicius Junior is also one of them. Vinicius Junior can even win a tackle or he can even dribble when you get the ball or when you clear the ball. He will be, his gestures is looking like he's laughing at the ultras or the fans. You don't do that. a draw game between Atletico Madrid and then Real Madrid. I was rooting for Atletico Madrid to win against Real Madrid because I know the power Atletico Madrid they carry. I know the kind of quality players that they have. Very, 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 very quality players. Atletico Madrid. Samuelino came in. I was very, very happy for Samuelino. Marcos Llorente had a red card, silly red card, but it is a derby. So, derby game, derby there, Charlie. The mindset has to be top, the mindset has to be top. Barcelona also lost 4-2 against Osasuna, 4-2. Coming into this particular game, when we saw the lineup, we knew that Barcelona was going to lose. I don't know why he was doing that. I mean, Hansi Flick decided to, bench the big players for the young boys game. I think it is Wednesday. The game is Wednesday. So that is what he's thinking. But, this is young boys. You can even use, these kids to even score young boys. You don't even have to do that. But I understand him. He has to manage the boys' games, Someone like Lamine Yamal, he came from the bench, scored. So he has to manage these particular games. Or else the injuries are becoming too much in Spain. So I agree with him, but 4-2 against Barcelona. That was their first loss in this particular season in the league because they had already lost to Monaco in the Champions League. They are still sitting at the top of the table. So I mean that will not have a serious impact on the league table. Real Sociedad also won by 3-0 against Valencia. Kubo scored. So Kubo, big shout outs to Kubo. Kubo, I believe in you, Kubo. So Kubo scored. Very, very, very brilliant game by Real Sociedad. Let's quickly talk about Napoli. Napoli won by 2-0 against AC Monza. Matthias Politano scored. Quinta Cavaschiglia also scored a goal for Napoli. Romelu Lukaku had, an assist for Napoli during the weekend. Juventus also won by 3-0 against Genoa. Vlahovic, top goals by Vlahovic. Vlahovic scored 2 goals for Juventus. Francisco Conceição, that was a top goal by Francisco Conceição. Very, very, very happy for this particular boy. So, that is what happened in the Italian Serie A. Some of the big games that happened in the Italian Serie A. This has been your weekend games review. Make sure you click on the subscribe button. You follow us on our social media platform. This is Football Insight. I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for your time and peace.